I'm 69 years old, and 64 years ago I started working here, and except for a 6 year time away from the store, I've been here, and this has been a focus of my life. And then when I needed to support a family, it became the main focus of my life. We're very much not mainstream anything. That we're for the person that wants to dress in their own style, and that can be found here. And it's been done hundreds of times to hundreds of groups of people throughout the years. My father used to say that clothing is your outer skin, and you can't wear someone else's skin. That you have to wear what you feel is a reflection of you, that you're comfortable in, that you're at home with. I'm not trying to impress somebody. I'm not living in the shadow of somebody. I'm just trying to do the best I can do in that moment, and be present at that moment. And what comes out is just me. I don't have a boss telling me, don't be you. And being me has worked as far as the business is concerned. For the most part, we've made the decisions that have kept us in business. If we were more successful, we might have retired.
Where do I see the store? I feel there's room for expansion. I really do want to expand in some way. One part of actual that's hard to control in an expansion is we've built a good name and a legacy for ourselves and our customers, and just with things that if we didn't make it, it just wouldn't exist. And I feel that that's where our room for growth is just it's in our private labeled stuff. Pretty much in the 40s, Duke Snider went to Compton College. Him and my grandpa had some business dealings. Duke Snider has a significance as far as he holds a lot of the Dodgers records. He's the Dodgers all-time home run leader. And he was Greenspan's most famous employee ever.
When you walk through these halls or the store, does it ever remind you of your father?
Not really, because I don't live in the past. I try and I do live in the moment. Maybe I'll plan a few things that I should or ought to do in the future, but for the last many years of my life, I just live in the present, and I really don't dwell in the past for good or for not. Today we had customers coming in, and they wanted things that don't exist anymore, and we listen to that, and we try, if there's enough interest, to make those things, to fill the vacuums. We call ourselves the last original clothing store. Actually, it was called, people called us that, and then we made it a slogan. But lately I've been saying we're the only original clothing store, because we're the only store around that has an unbroken chain back to those classic styles, looks, and sensibilities. The advice I would have is try to get yourself in a position where you're able to have your own discretion your own values, whether that's socially, whether that's professionally, or within yourself. That you're not trying to be someone you're not, and see if there's a place in society where that can exist. It might be alone, it might be in a small group, an innovator in a new way of thinking and a new approach. Most people choose cookie cutter, fitting in with their society or rebelling against, reacting to the society, and that really creates great satisfaction.
I was probably like 6, 7, and I said, "Oh, we need to be open 24 hours, and we need a drive-through for people that are doing layaways, and they can make payments." And when COVID came around, that was brought back up to me by an old employee, just because at the time my grandpa was like, "Oh, that's stupid," and it would have worked at that point. Maybe not the 24 hours, but the drive-through.
A customer of ours would come regularly from 300 miles away in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he'd come in and we'd talk, and he enjoyed coming to the store, and then he just told me one time, probably like 25 years ago, "Evan, you're my hero." And I went, "What?" "Yeah, you're my hero." I said, "Well, why?" "Well, because of what you're doing in the business here." I said, "Yeah, but we're not doing business. We're losing business to brands, and we're just, people would think I'm crazy continuing to do what I do in the business." And he said, "That's why you're my hero." He quoted somebody that said, "The difference between insanity and genius is time."